Welcome back to the show.
How you doing?
Hopefully you guys are having a great day.
I am.
I apologize in advance if you hear me sniffling or anything. I'm not like COVID boy.
No, you've got allergies.
Today. Yeah, at my office today, we had two guys come in. Okay, so we've had a bunch of these ceiling lights that have been out for like years. Literally, the one in the kitchen has been out for years.
Okay.
Since before the new secretary started working.
Okay.
And I don't remember when she started, but it's been years.
All right.
And they decided to fix those, but instead of fixing them, we're just going to replace all of them with new LED lights.
Okay. Uses less power.
Yeah, so I watched the guy up on the ladder open up one of the things, and they haven't been open since like the 80s.
All right.
Right? And so dust and bugs, they were like actual bees and stuff that like fell out of these
makes
things.
sense.
And I just saw this dust just go like, you know when you pick up that old remote that you haven't used in a while,
Yeah.
and you're like, and then you instantly regret it? That's what it was. And so my allergies have been on like all day long.
Sounds like you're having fun.
Yeah. I just wanted to tell you because it looks like you're sitting an additional 6 inches away from me.
A little bit.
Yeah, I'm not ill.
Something like that.
I just ill in the head. And that's true. There is something wrong up here.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I could have told you that.
See, some days I find that I talk to myself.
Yep.
And we both just laugh and laugh and laugh.
Yeah. You can't laugh at yourself. How are you going to laugh at anyone else?
Laugh with myself,
Exactly.
not at myself. Okay. Anyway, I heard something about burgers.
Burgers.
What's the deal there?
Well, so in the UK today, it's National Burger Day.
Why do they get all the fun days?
I think we had one at some point. Maybe I think that's 4th of July. Maybe.
So we can have more than one. Why don't we have a National Burger Month? That seems like a thing.
I mean, I can eat burgers every single day.
Yeah,
for
or a
month.
National Burger half a year.
But I feel like constantly buying ground meat would become very expensive.
But you're doing it for patriotism.
We need a lot more patriotic cows.
Just celebrating. Burgers. Yes, I want burgers too.
Yeah.
What other days are there?
Well, looking at it, it's Make Your Own Luck Day.
Make your own luck.
Make your own luck. I certainly have not been making any because of my current life choices.
Well, I feel like a lucky person most of the time.
Good for you.
Yeah, yeah. And then other times it's like I have to remind myself that I'm a lucky person and see what things happen that were good instead of paying attention to the bad things that I noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because usually something good comes out of it. I just I don't want to miss the opportunity. You know, like super ultra wealthy billionaire people, all they do is they see all the bad times and they take advantage of that and make it into something good. So they kind of make their own luck too. And I am a billionaire in training, so you know I try to do that.
You're not doing so great in the money department, bud.
Yeah. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else we got?
Well, so this is something I don't know if billionaires do, but it certainly sounds interesting to me. Musical Yoga Day.
Musical yoga.
Musical yoga. Isn't that just called like Zumba?
I feel like I had this conversation with somebody, which I'm not going to repeat on the thing, but I met that lady at the Walgreens that recognized me from taking down your whatever. And I did tell her that I was unimpressive under my shirt, but I do yoga.
Yes.
Yeah. So funny coincidence, but musical yoga would just step it up a notch.
What do you think the difference is? You think it's like they do like exercises to a rhythm?
So is yoga where you do it and you're like Om, and then musical yoga is like
meditation.
Is like yoga is when you do it and you're doing it to country music.
I don't know.
Or is musical yoga where you're doing yoga and you sing along?
I've never heard of musical yoga.
I just thought of a new business you and I are going to start.
Musical yoga sing along?
We're going to start karaoke yoga.
You get vocal lessons with your yoga.
Yeah, and you come and do yoga, and everybody has their turn, you know, singing along with, you know.
Sing along to the beat.
Yeah. the new Lord album that's coming out.
Pretty much. That's about right.
Okay.
You like popsicles?
Yes, I do.
It's National Cherry Popsicle Day.
It is National
Specifically
Cherry Popsicle Day.
cherries.
Specifically cherry. If you don't like cherry, there's something wrong with you. Definitely.
I don't know why specifically cherries, but specifically cherries.
Specifically cherry popsicle.
Not even like just cherries and flavoring in general. Specifically cherries and specifically cherry popsicles.
I like popsicles, except for grape. I'm not a fan of grape popsicles.
Well, grape flavoring just sucks.
I'm not fond of grape, but anyway.
Normal grape's fine. Grape flavoring, garbage.
Yeah.
It's National Dog Day.
Any dog. Any dog breed, purebred, mutts, they include it all.
This includes the 4th Diary of a Wimpy Kid book. I'm
All
really
right.
hoping that is the 4th. One of them was called Dog Days.
Dog days, yeah.
National Toilet Paper Day. We had National Toilet Paper Year last year.
I came prepared.
You rewind a year, that's sell for a hefty price.
National Toilet Paper Day.
Yep. Thoughtful Thursday.
Thoughtful Thursday.
Thoughtful Thursday.
Well, we have a bunch of good news to think about.
That sounds pretty thoughtful.
Yeah, I was thinking about it before the show.
I'm sure you were, because you were busy compiling it all into one thing.
Yeah.
And that's gonna do us for the national days for the day.
Yeah, you're not going to bring up the Web Mistress Day?
I don't know what that is, so no.
Got it. So Web Mistress Day. I was going to skip it too, because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no, I don't know what a web mistress is.
Web
and it doesn't
Mistress,
sound great.
National Web Mistress Day recognizes women in web development.
Why is they called a web because normally a mistress is something entirely different.
Not normally. It actually used to be that's where Miss is shortened from, mistress.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a woman who designs, develops, markets, and maintains websites. The term has existed since the mid-1990s. In June 1995, the official term entered technology's lexicon that month. Kat Valentine secured the domain name webmistress.com. And that's where it comes from. Yeah, I'm not going to go through the whole anthology or whatever.
Yeah, there's no point.
That's good enough for me. Good enough for me, good enough for you. Boom.
You know, I think it's great that on the website they have instructions on how you can observe this day. Not just recognize it, no, how you can specifically observe the day.
I don't know. If you're going to tell
I just think that that's funny. that apparently we need instructions to observe holidays.
Yeah, as opposed to just
Observing the
Happy
holiday.
Web Mistress Day.
Exactly.
Because that's how I celebrate. See, watch this.
There's really no point.
Happy Dog Day.
Yeah, exactly.
National Dog Day.
Your dogs start barking, you yell them to be quiet with love because it's Happy Dog Day.
So, I'm thinking I don't have a dog story.
No.
I might. I
You
can't
might.
remember if it made the cut or not.
No idea.
Yeah.
Just you compile these,
Yeah.
so only you would know.
My top story, my first story is actually really, really cool.
Yeah.
Someone told me about it.
Okay.
So this one was a sent in. This is a sent in one. This kid. I'm getting this out of the way here. In Wisconsin,
All right.
not too far, which
too
I'm
far.
considering moving there now. You guys have a STEM program
No.
at your college? No.
I know there's a science building, but I don't enter that because I'm pretty sure if I enter that, I'll die.
Well, this Wisconsin student builds his own lightsaber and wins a national award.
We've made lightsabers before.
I would just like to say that if you make a lightsaber, you should just automatically win. I mean, aside from if you built a starship. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ever since Cabrin Walker was a kid, he had dreams about owning his own lightsaber. Who hasn't?
I don't know, people who don't watch Star Wars.
Didn't we do a lightsaber thing that didn't quite make the intro video?
Yes.
Yeah.
I made that. I finished it.
Yeah.
But I think one of the main reasons why I didn't make it is because it was you in your pajamas.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing. So anyway, everybody knows what a lightsaber is. You don't know what a lightsaber is. Something's wrong with you. So about a year and a half ago, while watching Star Wars: The Return of the Jedi, he decided to make one. Now he's winning competitions with it.
Sick.
The incoming senior at Madison Country Day School showed off his creation at the NAACP's Afro Academic, Cultural, Technological, and Scientific Olympics, or ACTSO. Yeah,
This
I
is
know.
a mouthful.
Yeah.
The NAACP's Act So.
Yeah. So, student competition where he received a gold medal. It doesn't make that infamous whooshing sound, but it does make cool flame sounds that sounds kind of like a flamethrower, Walker said, which, personally, I think that would sound way cooler.
People have made lightsabers, like photon blades and whatnot.
Yeah. I actually seen a guy make one that'll cut through steel.
Yeah, the hacksmith.
Yeah. So the 43rd annual competition saw about 500 students compete in categories such as STEM, humanities. Winners were announced via live stream during the annual NAACP convention in July. All classical network programs schedule. Wait a minute. I think I messed something up there. Anyway, Jeff Wolf holds a lightsaber toy demonstrator.
I think you have the thing for photo.
I do. So he says, I feel like an actual Jedi. Where am I going? What happened here?
Oh, Lord.
I
Yep.
think it started all over again.
Start all over.
This is what happens when you move articles around.
Right, hold on. Scroll down, or you might be able to go again.
So
there you go.
it was surreal because I never thought I would be among these amazing other competitors who genuinely had amazing projects, Walker said about participating in the competition. They were working with VR and cameras, sensory technology, and here I am. I mean, I made a lightsaber, which is way better than VR. You can play with a lightsaber in VR, but having an actual lightsaber, so much cooler. I'm going to build one of these.
Yeah.
So Walker said building a lightsaber seemed like a simple task to him, but others didn't see it that way. It came off really complex to other people, and I feel that kind of gave me a little confidence boost because I'm like, man, I feel like an actual Jedi, he said. It took him 18 months to make the saber. Walker was able to participate in the national competition because of wins at the local level. Locally, he won gold in the categories of STEM for engineering and in visual art for drawing. Nationally, he was joined by 3 other Madison area students. Walker received the only gold out of the 4 from Dane County.
Nice.
The Cap Times reported. Before coming up with the plans to make a real lightsaber, Walker did some research. He learned 3 other people using 3 different approaches successfully made lightsabers. He followed some of their guidance that he gleaned through YouTube videos. The approach he followed combined acetone and methanol. The fuel gets ignited and then evaporates in the 3-foot span that essentially becomes the blade. When it's on, Walker says it looks like a thin flamethrower.
Yeah.
Walker made the lightsaber because he thought it would be fun. He didn't originally plan on entering a competition, but said the opportunity presented itself and he thought, why not?
Fair enough.
Yeah, I would do too. Whether he's going to turn what he calls a side thing into a career is still up for debate. He is planning on going into art and design, but could fathom double majoring in engineering. If I really want to continue with this, then it's definitely something I can do, he said. I'm definitely looking forward to making more projects. So that's my first story. I try to do all the ones that were sent in first, but that's near and dear to my heart and definitely my most favorite article here. What do you think?
It's not bad.
Not bad. Hold on one second. All right. I spared you guys all of that.
It's certainly quite the sound you made.
So my next article is just neat. And you know what? After I read this article, so I went to like 3 completely different cities yesterday.
Okay.
And in all 3 cities, I actually saw a small... There's that song, Baby Bumblebee or whatever.
Yes.
I've seen 3 bumblebees that were dead on the ground in 3 completely different cities all yesterday. One of them was here.
Okay.
Like walking to the studio yesterday, because I walk and then I walk back and realize that,
Yep.
man, it was too hot to do that.
Yep.
What's the deal? What are the chances?
Heat stroke.
You think so? You think bumblebees can get heat stroke?
I don't know, because bumblebees are covered in a lot of like little fur.
Yeah, but so are lions, and they live in the Sahara.
But are bumblebees meant? But do bumblebees have proper adaptation to the heat?
What's funny is a lion, the long hair actually helps them get rid of the heat somehow. Yeah.
It's like dissipation.
Well, this one here in this picture you can see. This teen rescues a bumblebee, and now it won't leave her alone. It even sleeps next to her in a jar by her bed.
Better just accidentally kill it. Because that wouldn't be good.
Just having a bee follow you around. It's like a little mini fairy.
Someone's like, "Oh, I'll save you." Fly
This girl, if
swatters
she
it.
goes into like a D&D game, she has her own familiar.
She does.
Yeah. So a teenager who rescued a bumblebee says it's now her loyal pet, following her everywhere, even sleeping in a jar by her bed. It all started 2 weeks ago when Lacey Shillinglaw, who's 13, spotted a large bumblebee lying in the road while walking her dog. Oh no. Is it possible those 3? Let me think now. I didn't pick them up. Maybe I should have.
Maybe.
Lying in the road. Okay, so she scooped up the bee and noticed it had a crumpled wing.
Nice.
She tried to put it in a safer spot on some flowers in a nearby park, but it refused to stay put, buzzing back over to Lacey and crawling all over her. And after an hour, she gave up and headed home with the creature perched on her shoulder. Despite repeated attempts to leave the insect outside, the buzzy friend had refused to leave Lacey's side. Now recovered and named Betty, it follows her to the shops and even stays with Lacey during games at the bowling alley with 14 friends.
Mm-hmm.
She stayed on Lacey throughout both games for 2.5 hours. I'm so happy and I just love spending my time with her, said the girl from Coventry, West Midlands. She's so fluffy and I love our friendship. On the way home, Betty was perched on the girl's glasses and she went into her local shop to buy milk, shocking other shoppers. The insect apparently enjoys nibbling on Lacey's food, but also gets fed sugar, water, honey, and strawberry jam. Lacey takes her bee pal into the garden to feast on flower nectar, but as soon as the teen goes back inside, Betty is right beside her. At night, Lacey tucks Betty up in a little pot beside her bed, and while there is no lid, the animal stays put until morning. During the day, Betty nestles on the back of Lacey's neck or inside her sleeve, between buzzes around the living room. It's completely lovely and also bonkers, said her mother Laura. Betty climbs in Lacey's long hair like it's some kind of jungle. She's on her 90% of the time during the day, including her face, her glasses, and even in between her toes. It's just so beautiful. It's just gorgeous. Betty apparently even enjoys a stroke between the wings, but steers clear of the rest of the family, Mom, Dad, and the 2 younger siblings. We have all the doors open a lot, and she's just never gone. I haven't the foggiest why, says Laura. Bumblebees sting, and unlike honeybees, they can repeatedly sting you without dying, but this has never happened because these 2 have become BFFs.
No.
I think I lost it.
Nope. Completely ruined the mood.
Betty is totally amazing, and I'll remember this forever, says Lacey. Oh, I do have a dog thing. It is here. Okay.
You ruined the entire mood right at the end. You built up this nice surreal mood about the bee forming a bond with a human, and then you flush it all down the drain.
Bee with a human. Yeah. Like to give a shout out to Bovit. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. So my next article, because it's National Dog Day, is about a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one.
National Dog Day. This article is about a hamster named Terrence.
Yes, right. This police dog is actually trained to find weapons.
Yeah. Does it smell gunpowder?
And yeah, that would be funny. We had dogs that came into our school one time sniffing for drugs.
Yeah.
And when that happened, I was like, I went and bought dog treats, left them there on purpose for the remainder of my career at school.
Yeah.
I had intended on, if the dog ever came into the classroom, I would shove one in my sock and see if I could get them to, acknowledge me or whatever. They never, ever, ever, ever brought the dogs back into the school after that one time, but I was prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it works. It was a social experiment for me. Can you get a trained dog looking for something else to be like, oh, treat, and then, go after me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, anyway, in Michigan, a woman accidentally lost her wedding rings on the sandy shores of Lake Superior,
Well, that's not good.
but soon celebrated the return of the precious jewels after some stunning police work by the local sheriff's canine. Elsa Green had taken her rings off at Eagle Beach to apply some sunscreen, setting them carefully in her hat. Later, she was suddenly startled by a large bug crawling on the cap, and she tossed it into the air, remembering only seconds later that her precious rings were inside.
Well, that was a mistake.
That is
That's something.
something.
That's certainly something.
I saw a funny shirt one time, and it said, I'm pretty sure my last words are going to be, oh, man, I really thought that was going to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is probably one of those things where you throw it. Anyway. When a frantic search for the wedding bands and matching engagement ring turned up nothing, Green and her friends enlisted the aid of someone using a metal detector who was scanning the sand, but he couldn't find them either.
Well,
I felt sick about it. Yeah, gold doesn't set it off, right? Or does it?
I don't know.
I guess they find doubloons and such.
Does
I
gold
don't know.
count as a metal?
It is a metal, a precious metal, but I don't know. You can walk through metal detectors with it and they don't go off, right?
I don't know.
I
I
don't
walk
know
through a
either.
metal detector with gold on.
So I felt sick about it, she told the Washington Post. I've been wearing those rings every day for 17 years, but at that moment I figured they were gone. Hoping the police might have another metal detector that would allow them to continue the search, Green's pal drove to the Keweenaw County Sheriff's Office. While the department didn't have a metal detector, they did have a doggo, a specifically trained 5-year-old Dutch Shepherd with a nose for ferreting out weapons.
Uh-huh.
Doggo can find things by honing in on a person's signature odor. According to Doggo's handler, Sergeant Brad Pelly, canines trained in article search can detect pretty much anything that still has a human scent trail on it. But looking for a lost wedding ring would be like a first. Arriving at the beach, Pelly cleared the area of people so Doggo would have the best shot at locking onto the olfactory clue he was searching for without distraction. It didn't take him long. The intrepid pooch latched onto the scent of Green's engagement ring and dutifully sat down on the spot. Pelly sifted some sand through his hand and found its hiding place, and then found the second ring close by. With the rings back on her finger, with the rings back on the finger where they belong, Green and her 9-year-old son gave Doggo a huge hug and heaped praise on Sergeant Pelly for volunteering his services without payment. An ecstatic Green posted on Facebook, celebrating the amazing find. Canine Doggo, you will forever be my hero, she enthused. Doggo put his training and skills to use, and sure enough, he found my rings. I'll be bringing you ice cream to say thank you. All Doggo requires for a job well done is some praise and a chance to play with his favorite ball. But after the mini miracle at the beach, a little treat might be a possum reward.
Again, you ruined the whole mood. Gone.
Yeah.
Right down the drain.
I'm hoping Gabrielle's watching.
Whole mood ruined.
Yeah. So this is the next article. This German animal shelter is posting Tinder profiles for their animals.
Yeah? You got a photo for that? By chance?
Yes? There we go.
Sick.
Look at that. It's a match.
Just, hey, you want a dog? Go on
Yeah.
this dating app. Take you out for a nice dinner.
It's actually really neat. I really like... They just
what I'd
pop up
do.
there. You're on there looking for love. And I'll tell you what.
Congratulations, you found unconditional
There's
love.
a funny joke. It goes, hey, if you want to know what real love is, lock your wife and your dog in the trunk and come back in an hour and see which one's happy to see you. It's true, right?
Well, first I got to find a wife.
So, a German animal shelter began using the Tinder dating app to post profiles of lonely dogs and cats looking for love. Reuters reported that the Munich Animal Welfare Association hired an unnamed advertising agency to photograph a few of their adoptable animals and write some Tinder profiles to help find the perfect match. One of the animals was a black and white cat called Captain Kirk. Several people have swiped right on Tinder, according to the shelter's Gillian Moss. The response is insane. It's exploding everywhere, she told Reuters. The shelter has been processing requests and doing interviews with the hope of finding proper homes for the single pets, pairing them with lonely humans.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
That's, well, darn, dude. That's something.
Come and take them out on a date and see if you like them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of a neat idea, though, right?
It's certainly something.
Imagine that you're on there actually looking for a girlfriend, and you're like, you know what? This poodle is just so much better.
I mean, it is.
You're looking for love, and you decide to just leave with the dog or cat or whatever. You know.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat.
Doing pretty good.
Would you buy a cat on a dating site?
I probably wouldn't.
Or a dog, I mean.
I'm saying I probably wouldn't buy a cat normally.
Yeah. Do you see yourself going to Tinder, looking for a girl, and like, you know what? This is just way better. I'm just gonna get Max.
Dude, I didn't even follow you past going to Tinder.
Yeah, probably no one in your age group is hanging around there.
Probably not.
So my next article is pretty. It's just pretty neat. There was a Polish Olympian whose infant was going in for heart surgery.
Okay.
And she decided to auction off her silver medal.
To pay for the heart surgery.
Yeah, that seems like a dire place to be. You know what I mean? I mean, it's in being part of the Olympics is just incredible in and of itself. You know what I mean? But getting one of the top 3 spots,
Yep.
I mean, you're fighting the world literally for it. You know what I mean? To be the best in the world.
You are literally fighting the world.
But truthfully, you know, if it's between you and a family member, it really doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
Your medal or whatever. So, this lady here, and I am going to mess up this name. I'm going to defer to you.
Do not defer to me.
Oh, no.
I do not
She
read
is-
my native language.
She is a Polish.
You're already done for it.
She's a Polish javelin thrower, and her name is Maria.
I don't know, Andrzej Jutski. I can't help you.
I can't say your last name on the air, but come on, it's very
and,
Polish.
And then but my name doesn't look like someone slammed their head on a keyboard.
It kind of does.
No, it doesn't. Not that much. Not that bad. that is ANDREJCZYK. How you pronounce that one?
I'm going with Andretsky.
Andretsky? I don't know.
I should. I mean, she's an Olympian, but I'm not big on the
Did she
javelin.
win winter sports?
Okay. From here on out, we will call her Maria.
All right.
Okay. She took the silver medal at the Tokyo Olympics. While she might have come in second at the games, what she did next was pure gold. Less than 2 weeks after ascending to the winner's podium, Maria took an extraordinary leap of generosity, auctioning off her medal to raise funds for...
I don't even know what kind of letter that's supposed to be.
Yeah, an 8-month-old Polish boy in critical need of a heart surgery. The athlete has never met the boy or his family. She learned of his struggles through social media, but the 25-year-old Maria, a cancer survivor herself, knew just how important obtaining timely medical intervention could be. The boy had a serious heart defect, and he needed an operation. Maria posted to her Facebook page. He also has support from above. He also has support from above. There's too many froms. Who did that? Okay.
Well, it probably doesn't translate that well into English.
Yeah. But other people were joining in. Wonderful people decided to donate his funds to the 8-month-old. And this is how I want to help too. It is for him that I am auctioning off my Olympic silver medal. All told, it was estimated that costs for the medical expenses plus travel from Poland to California's Stanford University, where the operation would be performed, would total 1.5 million Polish dollars.
Zloty.
And it's basically equal to about $385,000.
I may not be able to read Polish, can't write Polish, can't pronounce Polish, but I know that Polish currency is a zloty.
I know Polish currency badly.
Zloty,
Yeah.
ruble, euro, pound.
Schlotzkis.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and you know what?
Wanna buy me a gift?
I'm having a stroke here. Okay. With half the sum already raised through online contributions, Maria hoped her medal would bring in the rest. The winning bid not only met but exceeded the original fundraising goals. We have the winner, Maria posted. On Friday, I received this wonderful information, and due to the fact that you have deers, deers have already done wonders, and joint forces have paid. I'm having a hard time.
Oh my God.
Paid more than the equivalent of the initial medal to the 8-month-old account. I decided to end the auction so that the little boy will receive the whole amount as soon as possible and can fly to the U.S. Sorry as she might have been to see her medal go, Maria was thrilled to know the profits from its sale were earmarked for a worthy cause. The true value of a medal always remains in the heart, Maria said, as quoted by the Times of London. A medal is only an object, but it can be of great value to others. This silver can save lives instead of collecting dust in a closet. That is why I decided to auction it to help sick children. But it seems the winning bidders, Polish convenience store chain Zabaka, had some pretty big-hearted plans of their own. In honor of her winning ways both on and off the Olympic field, the company gifted Maria back her medal. We were moved by the beautiful and extremely noble gesture of our Olympian. We decided to support the benefit, Zabaka posted to Facebook. We also decided that the silver medal from Tokyo will stay with Ms. Maria, who showed what it means to be a true champion. While silver has always been considered a precious metal, in this case, its value in helping save the life of a child was priceless.
How you feeling? You feeling all right?
No, my allergies are like off the charts today.
You should only read things that come from America, I think.
You know, it was such a good story, and as I was looking through it, I was like, I'm never going to get through this. But sharing it just was something that, like,
stumbled,
I
fell, tripped and ate sand a few times.
Hey.
But you know what? You got it back up and you kept going.
Yeah. You could have jumped in with the Polish names anytime you wanted.
Just whip out Google Translate.
Google Translate. Let's translate her name. So the next article is kind of neat. You ever have your mom or a family member make something for you?
Yes.
So when I was growing up, my aunt, there was like this big Cabbage Patch doll craze, okay? And my aunt handmade me a Cabbage Patch doll with her sewing machine, or I guess whatever, I don't know. Yeah, and it was a big deal to everybody. Because, I mean, there were people like getting attacked and shot and stabbed.
Yeah, I keep forgetting how much people wanted Cabbage Patches in the 90s.
Oh, man, it was crazy. So, 80s.
Was it the 80s?
Yeah.
I'd say it carried on in the 90s.
Oh, I'm way older than you think I am.
Dude, you're like mid-30s.
I'm getting
40s,
letters from
like,
AARP.
As long as I'm getting letters from the AA.
Yeah.
So.
I'm getting like free samples of Centrum Silver at the doctor's office.
Well, I go to Costco and I eat all their free samples for lunch, so I don't know what you're on about.
Anyway, what was yours? I thought you said you had a family member. Oh, your aunt made you a blanket or something.
Yes,
right?
I have the blanket.
Was that from your aunt or somebody else?
That was my aunt, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that
She made me 2 of them, actually.
And you ate one?
No, I have both of them still.
Oh, okay. Or what's left of it?
They're tied together, so I can't lose them. I tied them together. Made it like a sailor's knot.
Well, this mom sewed a manta ray for her son, which is in this picture here, because she couldn't afford a birthday gift.
See, the title really throws me off.
Yeah. She couldn't buy one. She couldn't afford one.
First off, who's buying manta rays?
Stuff, kids just want what they want.
Who's buying whole manta rays?
Well, it's not a whole manta ray. The kid wanted a toy manta ray and she couldn't afford to buy anything. So she made him one out of stuff around the house.
But that's probably like infinitely better than whatever the cheap crap they sell at the store.
I'm sure. So an ocean of kindness has swept over a loving mom and her son after strangers learned about her ingenuity in the face of poverty, and it inspired a whole community. Tiffany Holloway wrote a post on Reddit about her son wanted a stuffed manta ray for his 5th birthday. She couldn't afford to buy one, so she crafted one and made it out of his old baby blanket. The photo of the blue ray with button eyes became the #1 post on Reddit, the largest online forum in the world, and soon hundreds of readers were sending Jason toy manta rays, squids, and other plush ocean creatures.
I think you showed me a picture of this kid with all of his toys.
He actually, there is a shot, I don't have it, he's laying on the ground, he's like covered.
Yeah, and he's covered in toys.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it.
But the fun didn't stop there for the Oklahoma tot and his siblings. One Redditor who wanted to remain anonymous contacted the Blue Zoo and had them hold a $100 gift card for the family, which they used for admission, so that Jonas, whose hero is Steve Irwin, could see and touch some real stingrays. Jennifer Prokop, whose username is Yarn
You Sweet.
I couldn't get that out.
Yarn You Sweet.
Bought Tiffany and her 4 boys tickets to the Oklahoma City Zoo, as well as 4 tickets to feed the stingrays. Jonas got to see and touch and even feed his favorite animal, Tiffany told GNN. Jennifer and I have become fast friends. She is an amazing, kind person with a big heart. They stayed alongside the pool for over an hour, even as most guests moved on after a few minutes. The boys loved it. My son's favorite part of all of this is having a bunch of sea friends to cuddle with at night. He has so many stuffed sea animals, there is barely any room for him on his bed, but he insists on sleeping with all of them. Me and my son are domestic violence survivors, and Jonas is a child that rarely smiles because of all the trauma he's been through, she said in an email. This outpouring of love and kindness has brought an oh-so-rare smile to his face, and that is worth more to me than anything else. It was a reminder for me that even when we are struggling and feel alone, there are good people in the world who will offer you support and compassion when you need it the most. A GoFundMe page was started by their new friend Jennifer to accept donations to the family. With a big media spotlight turning on, The Ellen Show called, and the Washington Post is publishing a story tomorrow. Tiffany wants to highlight the Manta Trust Conservation Group,
there you go,
which rescues and rehabilitates the graceful sea creatures. The group lets the public adopt a ray and then sends a packet in the mail to donors about their chosen manta. Yeah, so
overflowing with mana. Cast a magic spell.
Overflowing with mana.
Summon a manta using my mana.
Mana thing. Hold on. I think I need like a plunger.
Summon a mana ray.
Oh, son of mana ray. So, my next article, I put on there just for someone that you know.
Yeah.
Are you like a big road trip person, or more like just hole up in your room and game for like a straight 48 hours?
Depends on what we're doing.
What we're doing?
Well, because if we're just driving to
it
get
depends
to,
on
like,
if we're playing solitaire.
No.
Because if so, I'm leaving.
Bro, I like solitaire.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So this next article is a way where this road trip map helps you visit 47 iconic national parks in the shortest amount of time.
Yeah, and what is that, like 3 weeks?
And this is the route here.
Oh, so it is like 3 weeks.
There you go. Look at that.
3 weeks.
We mapped it all out for you.
Take this road trip.
This is legitimate. There it is.
There's
Boom.
nothing of use in Montana.
It is completely perfect.
Why is Montana useless?
Yeah.
Why are we completely avoiding Montana?
So, smart algorithms
Yeah.
are used to make calculations for data-driven science in a dizzying number of ways, but one man,
One man.
one goal, one desire.
One road trip.
One man has used them to build a once-in-a-lifetime American experience. Dr. Randy Olson has created an algorithm that planned the optimal and ultimate U.S. National Parks road trip, featuring the most expedient route to visit the original 47 national parks in the continental United States.
So, I'm talking 3 weeks just to drive this whole thing. But on top of that, you're going to be staying in national parks for at least a day or two. So
we have some good information.
I hope you don't have anything planned for the next 2 months.
There are trips. We have tips and everything. So here we go.
You've tipped.
I have tips. The modern national park system was inspired in part by the increasing popularity of the automobile, and the U.S. interstate highway system was built to run through as many of the U.S. parks as possible. As one can see in the Ken Burns documentary, The National Parks, by the 1960s, taking your Ford or Chevy on a trip across the West was a quintessential, goodness gracious, American vacation, and the crown jewel of the tourism industry. The trip in total comes out to about 14,498 miles, not counting rest stops, and will take about 2 months driving at what Olson describes a breakneck pace.
So, I was being generous. 3 weeks. Nope. 2 months.
Hey, how are you?
And then it's 2 months
2 months.
on top of staying at the parks,
Yep.
rest stops, eating food.
You could probably add another 2 months to it. I would say,
I'd say it's probably half a year.
yeah, I think you probably do it in about 4 months.
Roughly half a year, and a couple $100,000 later,
Yeah.
you're out here like this summer, crippling debt.
One man.
Yeah, one man conquers crippling
trip.
debt in one road trip.
One road trip. GoFundMe.
Half a year.
Sponsored by GoFundMe.
Please donate to the GoFundMe, and I'll vlog the entire experience.
Yeah. So 2 months if you don't want to actually look at anything. But though anyone looking for an enjoyable road trip will want to take in the scenery at each park, and realistically, you need like 3 to 4 months to do the adventure justice.
So half a year is actually about right.
If you want to even go further, yeah. Olson, who is the chief data scientist at FOXO Bioscience, described the trip as a circle, by which he meant you can jump on the route at any point and go either way to visit the next 46 parks. It is not by any means a circle around the perimeter of the U.S.
That's the most messed up looking circle I've ever seen in my life.
For instance, when starting your travels by going westward from Minnesota's northern lakes, the route plunges southward from North Dakota all the way down to the border between New Mexico and Colorado.
Yeah,
It snakes westward into the Great Basin in Nevada and climbs right back up again to Glacier National Park on the border with Canada. This massive detour is on account of one of the 5 or 6 mega states in the national park system, Utah, and its central location. But beyond that, the trip is well planned, as one can start at any point and face the same amount of driving as if they started anywhere else.
What makes Utah a mega state?
It's huge, I guess.
But isn't Nevada bigger than Utah?
Yeah.
And California's bigger than Utah.
Yeah, but they don't have any room for parks in California because of all of the smog.
Infrastructure.
Olson's blog post about his route was a popular topic with his readers, and they enthusiastically flooded the comment section with suggestions, calculations on gasoline costs, advantages of RVs versus traditional sedans for better gas mileage, and other details. One commenter mentioned that cutting out the Florida Park and Acadia National Park in Maine would save a ton of time. Another popular discussion was regarding other types of land units managed by the National Park Service, such as National Scenic Riverways, National Monuments, National Lakeshores. These define the spirits of the NPS, which is not only to protect those lands, but the nation values most, but those that individual communities have value too. Mm-hmm. Other suggestions for optimizing your trip, including this detour through New York to Maine, which would run through the mountains instead of the interstate, or this resource for finding free campsites along managed by the U.S. Bureau of Land Management, which can save travelers many dollars in accommodations. Olson pointed out that you would need to have a flying car or airplane to efficiently visit the 12 parks located in America's island territories, or in Alaska where there are 8 parks. But his road trip does include the Channel Islands and dry Tortugas, which require the use of boats for car and personal transports.
Well, technically, if you built it to go all the way up to Alaska, you can drive through Canada.
Yeah.
So as long as you configure it properly,
yeah.
you can drive. You can spend another month.
This... Oh, sorry, my mic. It might be me. I'm going in and out.
Yeah.
So let's see if I can get this closer. Maybe it'll work better. So I put together a list of the 47 national parks in order.
Okay.
And you can read them off.
Oh, good Lord. All right. Let's see. Grand Canyon National Park in Arizona. Petrofield Forest National Park in Arizona.
Petrified.
Petrified? Oh, yeah, close enough. I'm not going to say that name. It is the Subaru National Park.
It's Saguaro National Park.
Subaru National Park now. Guadalupe Mountains National Park in Texas. Carlsbad Caverns National Park in New Mexico. Big Bend National Park in Texas, not to be confused with Big Bend.
Yeah, Big Bend with a D.
Big Bend. Hot Springs National Park in Arkansas. Mammoth Cave National Park in Kentucky. The Great Smoky Mountains National Park, Tennessee, which I think I actually went and saw. Yeah. I think I was there. Everglades National Park in Florida. The Dry Tortugas National Park in Florida.
Biscayne?
Is it Biscayne?
I think so.
Biscayne National Park in Florida. Congaree National Park in South Carolina. Shenandoah National Park in Virginia. Acadia National Park in Maine. That's the sound a car horn makes.
I know, right?
Exactly. Cuyahoga National Park in Ohio. Isle Royale National Park in Michigan. Voyageurs National Park in Minnesota. Theodore Roosevelt National Park in North Dakota. Badlands National Park in South Dakota. Wind Cave National Park in South Dakota. The Rocky Mountain National Park in Colorado, the Great Sand Dunes National Park and Preserve in Colorado, the Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park in Colorado, Mesa Verde National Park in Colorado, Canyonlands National Park, that's a theme park.
Yeah.
It's in Utah. Arches National Park in Utah, Capitol Reef National Park in Utah, Bryce Canyon National Park in Utah, Zion National Park in Utah, Great Basin National Park in Nevada, the Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming.
Teton?
Yeah. Close enough. Spelled the same way.
Yeah.
Obviously, Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming.
Yeah, that one had to make the cut.
Yeah. The Glacier National Park in Montana, the North Cascades National Park in Washington, Mount Rainier National Park in Washington, the Olympic National Park in Washington, Crater Lake National Park in Oregon, Redwood National and State Parks in California. There's multiple of them, apparently. Yeah. The Lassen Volcanic National Park in California, Yosemite National Park, that's kind of important.
Yosemite?
No, it's Yosemite Sam, because it's not Yosemite Sam. No kid said Yosemite Sam.
They were, yes, it's Yosemite.
No kid said Yosemite Sam.
Oh, man, we're going to make some good videos of this one after all the fun you make of me.
Kings Canyon National Park, California, Sequoia National Park, California, Pinnacles National Park, California, Channel Islands National Park, California, Joshua Tree National Park, one singular tree named Joshua.
That's it.
That's all
Joshua.
it is.
That's all you get.
Yep. Death Valley National Park in California.
There you go. That's all 47. So,
Nobody said Yosemite Sam. I've never heard any kids say Yosemite. I've heard kids say Yosemite Sam. I've never heard any kids say Yosemite Sam.
I think you need to increase your level of...
What, my lexicon?
No. You need to increase your level of friends.
Why? I'm like the smartest one out of all of them.
Oh, and that's where we come from. I hang around with dummies because I'm the
Because it makes
smartest.
me feel better about myself.
Okay. I do want to leave you with one final tip. Besides a car and a camera, the most important thing you need is to get yourself the National Parks Passport, which allows you to collect stamps like visas at every visitor center, and the America the Beautiful Pass that for a one-time fee allows free entry into almost every National Park Service outpost. It's $80 for 1 year. Also, if you, like probably most of us, can't create an algorithm on your own, this webpage right here in the middle of their conversation that they're having,
Yeah.
RouteXL.com will optimize other road trips for you with up to 20 stops for free and most stops for and more stops for free.
For a fee.
Yeah. So I know it's the end of the summer. Probably can't go on a road trip.
I can't.
Plan your next road trip. This is the way to do it. You heard it from here, and you got to hear Dire mess up
Yosemite
Teton.
Sam. How am I supposed to know it's Teton? It's spelled Teton, which I automatically pronounce as Teton.
Yeah. How much time we got? We got time.
You got time.
Okay. So now I like coffee. I like coffee. Right? You like coffee?
No, I don't.
I know. You're skipping ahead.
No, I read your title.
But now, soccer fans can eat their coffee cups. Here it is. Boom!
Specifically, England versus Sweden. All the English people that got mad when Sweden won can now eat their coffee cups in anger.
Manchester City are the reigning champions of the English Premier League, and now they're championing the cause of landfill waste by offering edible coffee and teacups at their 55,000-seater stadium.
Is coffee normally not edible?
The cups.
Okay, well,
The coffee in teacups.
Because we're offering edible coffee. Oh yeah, there's also teacups.
Yeah, no. Edible coffee and teacups. Okay. After suffering a reversal at the hands of London's Tottenham Hotspur FC on the opening weekend,
Yikes.
7 days later, they played their first home match of the season, drumming Norwich City 5-0, while producing 0 pounds of disposable hot drink cups, a plague in a tea-coffee-loving country where a staggering 2.5 billion disposable cups are used every year.
I bet you the cups absorb like some of the coffee over time, so then when you eat it, it just tastes like more coffee.
It does.
It's crunchy coffee.
Oh, you're so funny. It does. For the first time on campus, an edible coffee cup will also be introduced. This fantastic and innovative solution provides an amazing solution to waste. Just eat your cup. Reads a statement from the stadium.
Just eat your cup.
Yeah, the cup is made by Scottish startup called BioBite and is essentially a 100-calorie vegan biscuit in the shape of a cup.
I only got to eat like 48 of those to get my recommended daily calorie intake.
Made with wafer in much the same way an ice cream cone, the cup will stay leak-proof for 12 hours and even more amazingly crunchy for a full 45 minutes, which for the American readers is exactly and always 1/2 the duration of a football match.
Yeah, football.
Football.
Football, you know, you kick it with your foot.
Yeah. According to the company's website, the cup is fully recyclable, but the taste of the coffee-soaked wafer cup is actually delectable. The football cup is also offering fully recyclable beer cups made of recycled paper and cardboard. So
Yeah,
I want to get...
that'll sell well in America.
We need to get my coffee place to do this. And I'm...
We can the beer cup one that'll sell well in America.
Oh,
Football
yeah,
games
yeah,
and
yeah.
whatnot. That'll do good.
how about an edible coffee cup?
Yeah, one pint, please.
Yeah, we don't want to stay awake for the game. We
It's
just,
just
want to
a
be rowdy.
bucket. You grip it too hard while you're walking. You crunch into it on accident.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's an actual problem they might have. If people like holding their cups too hard, they crunch into the cup, it starts leaking.
Yeah. I'm going to... Okay. Oh, man.
That's a lot.
Okay, I'm going to skip ahead. So real quick, locals digging a well. Oh, wait, let's go back here.
So this is our honorable mention.
This is my honorable mention. I have a bunch of them today.
All right.
A Swedish firm delivers the first batch of green steel to Volvo, which was made without coal.
I thought they were gonna say it was made without steel, and I was gonna be,
Made
how
out
do
of
you make
steel?
steel without steel?
How do you make steel without steel? Another honorable mention is locals digging a well accidentally discover $140 million star sapphire weighing half a ton.
And they put it on a tire.
They put it on a tire. Carried in style. My next article is this farmer leads scientists to a fossilized egg from a prehistoric giant turtle.
Okay.
And here you go. Finding fossilized dinosaur eggs is not unheard of, but finding the fossilized remains of an embryo within the egg is rare indeed.
I mean, it sounds pretty rare.
Yeah. Fortunately for a pair of paleontologists working in one of Earth's great honeypot regions for dinosaur bones, North China, a local farmer had a few gems lying around to check over and inspect.
I imagine that he's like, oh, found another dinosaur. Like, all right, put it on the shelf.
There you go.
They'll be back next month.
We'll be back. In a box of what the farmer believed were strange, intriguing rock orbs, scientists Fenglu Han and Haishu Zhang noticed one that was different enough to merit closer examination.
Sweet. This one has a slightly more circular feel to it.
The bony remains of the treasure contained within the eggshell were the only clues the scientists had to its origin. And while the farmer led them to the site where he found it, subsequently discovered specimens had held up very poorly over the years. Egg in possession, Zhang and Han looked to examine using microcomputed tomography, which would allow them to peer through the shell's exterior. What they found was a jumble of bones, which consultants determined look strikingly like a turtle embryo.
That's something.
Yep. Belonging to an extinct genus of giant land tortoise called...
Good luck.
Here, this is what they're called. There you go.
This is what they're called. Figure it out
Yeah.
yourself.
One of our viewers can probably pronounce this. Good luck.
Nanseong Shiladai.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds like you're... Never mind.
Sounds
Anyway,
like I'm gargling water.
Yeah. Anyway, it lived among the Cretaceous period, the geological curtain call of the age of the dinosaurs. The find is one of the largest and thickest shelled Mesozoic turtle eggs known, writes the authors in a study published in the Proceedings of the Royal Society B. The turtle, which laid the egg, would have been among the largest turtles to have ever existed, and from the shell-tipped shell tail would have been as tall as a grown man. How the turtle might have lived is difficult to imagine. All scientists know was that it was a plant eater, but the details within the eggshell may hint at what its habitat was like when it lived 144 to 66 million years ago.
Nifty.
The thick shell spherical egg of these turtles
Yep.
may have been an adaptation, at least in part, to incubation in harsh, arid environments, writes the authors in their paper. Among living turtles, calcified rigid shell limits the movement of water outside the eggshell to prevent excess water loss of the egg during incubation. Spherical eggs can also reduce water loss and thicken eggshells. In some reptiles, may be an adaptation to an arid climate. The scientists speaking with National Geographic discussed the baby turtle would have to be a little Hercules to push his way out of such a thick shell. But these tortoises went extinct along with non-avian dinosaurs. Their aquatic relatives sailed right on through, along with other success stories like crocodiles, snakes, and ocean life.
Do you think this is something the crocodiles used to eat?
Maybe, yeah. The giant tortoises of the Galapagos are slow-moving plant eaters, similar to these, but putting them in the post-asteroidal apocalypse that occurred on Earth when much of the plant life died out would probably see them die off like their ancient ancestors.
Yeah, I can see how that would. I
Yeah.
can see how that'd do it.
So I think we're running out of time. I'll give a couple more noticeable mentions. A billionaire CEO gives ousted hermit $180,000 to rebuild his cabin. Pretty funny old man.
Pretty
But
funny.
yeah, his cabin burned down, and they wanted him to leave the area. He refused to leave, and so this guy gave him $180,000.
Oh, I know this guy.
Yep. He's kind of neat looking.
I read the story about this dude.
Next article: new solar-powered beach robots filter tiny little plastics at 30 times faster than humans.
But yeah, it's a robot.
Yeah.
We can't exactly go overclocking our stomachs.
Yeah. Afghan all-girls robotics team offered college scholarships, says Oklahoma mom who helped them escape the Taliban. So that's cool. German company makes concrete to charge electric vehicles from roads with 95% efficiency and low cost.
I think I remember reading something
You're
like that.
driving your car down the road and it's charging.
Yeah,
while
yeah,
you're
no, I
there.
remember reading stuff about that.
If you have someone to talk to, it could stave off Alzheimer's. Researchers find.
Well, I never shut up, so great.
If it's talking
Talking to myself, all right?
You-
That's someone. I have someone to talk to.
you
It's
are
me.
you specifically are the cure for Alzheimer's. Just give you
Yeah.
a call. You'll talk nonstop.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
never
there you
shut
go.
up.
Okay, and archaeologists discover Mighty Queen's seat of medieval power in a lost monastery in England.
The Pope was originally a woman. There it is.
Wow. Let's just offend everybody.
Let's just offend the biggest religion in the world.
Let's just offend them all. But anyway, yeah, we thank you guys for watching.
Thanks for coming out.
Am I missing any new birds? Oh, Hot Girl from Oregon. Thank you for watching. There it is right there. Hot Girl from Oregon.
No,
Thank you for watching.
I read it.
We appreciate you guys all. Next week, Wednesday at 4 p.m., we're going to continue on with Bowser's Fury.
Yep.
And then,
Good old Super Mario Sunshine.
yeah, Thursday at 4, we'll be back here for some more good news. We hope you have a great weekend, and thanks for watching.